And we are live. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Forever Sports. It is Scotland versus Italy, the second match of the 2025 Six Nations, and should hopefully be quite an entertaining one. We last night saw, a decimation of Wales, who were pummeled by France, and very, very frustrating to see Wales just not looking as good as they should be and could be. And it's frustrating because it's just, we want to see a much more competitive Six Nations. We want to see a tournament where everyone's competitive. And at the moment, Wales are very much occupying a spot. And it's interesting, people talking about, Wales used to need to, be kicked out of the likes of it. I mean, this is a side that won the Six Nations in the last 5 years. And yes, they're going through a bad time. They're going through a bit of a rut, but I think we're far too easy to just disregard, teams who are so important to the Six Nations. For example, like Millennium Stadium is so big for the actual tournament itself, and I think that it's one of those sort of iconic stadiums that you can't not have involved. So I think that was a little bit premature. But in terms of teams who have been growing slowly and steadily in the Six Nations, Italy are definitely improving, and maybe not as fast as we'd like them to, but definitely seem to be making some sort of progress. And I really, really hope that today we will see a sturdy performance from them. Obviously, I think Scotland should get the job done relatively simply. And when in doubt, we just love watching Finn Russell play some rugger. But this Italian side are slowly and surely progressing. They've got some very exciting young players that are only going to get better. The under-20s actually, I think, beat to Scotland, which is actually not that surprising given the fact that they've really been on the up recently. And hopefully we will start to see the fruits of that kind of setup in the actual Six Nations in the next sort of 3-4 years. There's always going to be a bit of a process, isn't it? Trying to work your way back up to from the young systems up to the sort of senior, where you can then bring players in who then can adapt to the actual senior levels of the game, and not just a case of being kind of like lost in the system and consistently being around the top quality of rugby, but not being able to compete. So hopefully, Fangirl, it's absolutely sweltering hot. It's 30 degrees in my office at the moment, so not ideal at all, but we'll make it through. But yeah, anyways, we've got a poll running here asking who are you supporting. So let me know, dump in the comments and let me know who that is and who you're backing and kind of what your predictions are. I'd love to see a couple of score predictions in the comments as well. Let me know what yours are and where you see this game going. And kickoff just under 10 minutes. There's still a bit of time to kind of sort of settle in and see what's cooking and what everyone's kind of sort of feeling is. And look, I suppose, if Italy were to score any points today, they've already done a better job than Wales did in that first game. So maybe sort of small expectations, but yeah, I mean, the main thing for them is to try and be competitive and to try and be more competitive than they were last year. Last year, they had a very good Six Nations. And we'll go look at their results in just a second. I just want to go to the Six Nations site and actually have a look at some of the stats and the likes of that as well. So I'm talking about the Six Nations. I absolutely love the Six Nations. I think this is the premier tournament in World Rugby apart from the World Cup. And I think that this is my favorite sort of international tournament that happens on a year-to-year basis. I love the Rugby Championship, obviously, as a South African, especially when you win it, which is quite nice. But I just don't think it kind of comes to the class, the tradition, and the history that comes with the Six Nations. It's such a cool tournament. And I think the big thing is next week is obviously got a very big weekend, but later we've probably got the first real big blockbuster clash, which is Ireland versus England. And it could go either way. The first opportunity for Simon Easterby to take over and that Irish side and sort of show his worth. But I think more importantly, I think a lot of the players need to kind of sort of prove to a certain degree that they're more than just Andy Farrell, and they can play without him, for example, and they can be a team without him. At the same time, a lot of them trying to get into the the British and Irish Lions squad. So very much a big fight between Ireland and England later for sort of places there as well. So there's that kind of sort of added rivalry. But we're gonna have a little look at that last season and to get us going and see exactly what Italy need to do to try and better the season they had last season, which was not terrible at all. Just need to make it a bit smaller so we can actually see what's going on over here. Right, so if we go and look at last year's table, once it eventually loads. Taking a while, yeah. So let's have a look at the fixtures in the meantime. So, I mean, this is what we results last year. So Italy went down narrowly to England. That was a really impressive performance. They're actually up at half-time. It wasn't the best England side, but they then responded from that with a thrashing against Italy. But it was this game, really, where everybody sort of really stood up and took notice. That 13-13 draw, I mean, that was an incredible result for Italy. Maybe not have been a victory, but the result itself was pretty phenomenal. They then beat Scotland. So this fixture last year, they won. Before going down, before beating Italy in the final weekend. So, I mean, yeah, last year Italy were absolutely tremendous, and they'll be really, really hoping that they can get to a similar sort of kind of result. I'd be very surprised if they were to just not put it at the table for whatever reason. I'd be very surprised if they were to get a similar kind of position and results from last year. But last year, very much proved they deserved to be in the Six Nations. And now, for example, it's a bit of an opposite where suddenly everybody's sort of questioning whether Wales should in fact be in the Six Nations, which I think is a bit harsh. But let's have a look at the sides today, shall we? And this is your Scottish side. So in the front row, it's Piers Kumar, Dave Cherry, and Xander Ferguson, backed up by Johnny Gray and Grant Gilchrist. You then got Jamie Ritchie, Rory Dart, and Matt Ferguson in that back row. Ben White partnering Finn Russell in what is a pretty stand halfback pairing for Scotland. You're going to do it on Darcy Graham, Blake Kinghorn as your back three. Blake Kinghorn playing very nice rugby in France at the moment. Stephen McDowell get an opportunity. No Sio Tripolato, which is a huge, huge loss for Scotland. But they still have Hugh Jones, and the Stephen McDowell's a nice player as well. Off the bench, Ewan Ashman, Rory Sutherland, Will Hurd, Greville Brown, Jack Dempsey, George Horn, Tom Jordan, and Carl Rowe. So decent bench. Nice sort of mixture of experience and a couple of younger players there as well. For the Italians in the front row, Daniele Fischetti, Giacomo Nicotera, and Simone Ferrari, who's more like a Rolls Royce, really, in terms of just the consistency he brings to the Italian side. Dino Lamb gets an opportunity in the number 4 jersey. He'll partner Federico Razzo, who I think is very underrated. Sebastian Negri, Michel Amaro, Lorenzo Canoni in that back row. Martin Payas-Rilo will partner Paolo Garbizzi, always an exciting player. Monty Awani, Angie Capuzzo, and Tommaso Allen, that back three. Tommaso Allen very much back in the Italy setup after he had that bit of time away. With sort of mental health issues kind of thing. And then Tommaso Imanoncello, your Six Nations Player of the Year for 2024, will partner Jean Ignacio Brex in that centre pairing. Off the bench, it is Gianmarco Lucchesi, Luca Rizzoli, Marco Riccioni, Nicola Canoni, Manuel Zuliani, Ross Vincent, what a story he's had, Alessandro Garbizzi, and Simone Ghezzi, who is a bit of a live wire type player. You don't want to give him too much space because he'll very much punish you. The team's out and the national anthems are currently underway, so get yourself sorted with some beverages. Again, still not too late. Get yourself some score predictions into the comments. Let me know who you're backing. Connor Cale saying Gatland will be the luckiest coach in rugby history if he survives Six Nations. He should be long gone by now. 13 losses will get any coach there, P45. And saying if it was SA, coach wouldn't even make it halfway through before getting the axe. Yeah, I do tend to kind of agree. I think the biggest problem is, everybody talking about who's going to get better. Lots to talk about Franco Smith, for example, and the fact that he was potentially available. Maybe throw some money at Jacques Nielba until he says yes. That throw a lot of money. I don't think you'll ever see him coaching an international team. Not as a head coach. I think you might see him as a assistant coach potentially, but I don't think we'll ever see Jacques Nielba take the reign of a senior team, senior international side. And Flower Scott, I mean, one of my bucket list items is to get over there and watch this anthem in person. I mean, the bagpipes, the team, the actual anthem itself, it's goosebump stuff. Sean Farrell-Ekins, 1 point OW for Scotland. I think actually Scotland might be coming back with a bit of a vengeance. I think a lot of people aren't expecting much from them, and maybe that could be the opportunity for them to take people a little bit by surprise. Now, what we're doing this over here, actually, I'm going to have a little check at my fantasy team because we're playing the Super fantasy. So if you guys are in South Africa or playing Super, let me know and I'll drop the prediction as well as the fantasy poll. And I did pretty well yesterday, by the way, getting Itoje in my side as well as Ferbuary. So I want to see what my pool is and where we're standing over there. No, it hasn't really updated. So we'll see at the end of the tournament, the weekend. But my prediction's not going particularly well because I said France by 20, and it was obviously France by more than 40. So I got the result right, sitting sort of 32 out of 54, but already pretty far behind a lot of the other lads. The anthems are finished, by the way, so we are going to kick off very, very shortly. And Murrayfield absolutely packed to the rafters as expected. And hopefully we're going to see a game which is really going to get me through the afternoon, because then we've got obviously the big one tonight, which is what we're all kind of one eye on, isn't it? Kieran O'Connor says Italy to win by 2. Well, by the way, we've actually got a bit of a super chat goal. There's no pressure, but we're sort of throwing it out there, trying to experiment it. And if we get 5 super chats throughout the stream, I will go and get my Italian shirt out, which I spent over €100 on. Was mental. And watch the second half in it. So that is the deal over there. If we can get more than 5 super chats, we'll go and change that, and maybe we'll have a similar type of situation for the second half. Well, I mean, we can't really do the same for Ireland and England. I don't have either of their shirts. I had a French shirt last night. That could have worked. Don't have a Welsh shirt. I've got a French club shirt. I'm trying to think if I've got an England club shirt or an Irish club shirt. I don't actually. I do not. So yeah, that's not going to work, unfortunately. So we're going to have to stick to just the Italian shirt as an offer. New branding for the Six Nations. I'm not personally a massive fan, but I suppose you got to give it a chance. Maybe it'll kind of grow on you. I'll be very surprised if it does. Oh, for Scotland. Da dee da da. Da dee da 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 dee da. So show so get some people in here, but Whitley, while we're playing in white, as you'd imagine, and you've now got Scotland receiving the kickoff, and it's a first touch for the ball, and I think that is Hugh Jones, very cool player to watch. Love watching Hugh Jones play as rugby, and I think that he should definitely be involved in that British and Irish Lions squad later this year. And we go. Just going to add to the status here, and it's a good clearance that came from Scotland. So early United for them. Right, we got to share the socials. Now we're all good. And Kieran O'Connor said, "I saw you coming 100. What did you all make of France?" Whoop. Sorry, trying to settle in. Yeah, that's not first touch from Watchalong. Yeah, I thought France were very good last night. I didn't think they had to be particularly good, and I think that's probably the big indictment about Wales, that they were very ordinary last night. Well, France, I don't think were anything that special last night, and just ripped them to shreds. So, worrying times for Warren Gatland. Anyway, Scotland on the front foot here with a turnover ball, and good work being done here by Ben White. On the left-hand side, ball over the top to Duan van der Merwe. Duan van der Merwe gets past one. Eventually brought down by Andrzej Putio. And Scotland back inside the 22 here. Ben White working well. Matt Ferguson looking as an option there, potentially pick up and go. Could be a penalty advantage here for not running away. Notice the referee going into their sixth phase here. Scotland presents well. Pick up and go from Staff McDowell. Big opportunity in the Six Nations. Mistake a claim for that number 12 jersey. Pick up and go here from Gray. Shows and goes himself as Matt Ferguson. Good hard-working number 8 he is. And once again, it's Gray, who's helped out by Gilchrist, his lock partner, but lost a bit of momentum here. There's 9 phases. And Xander Ferguson doing very nicely to generate a bit of momentum. And this comes back now back to JF Cherry. Good carry from him. Options here. Options and penalty advantage for Ben White. He goes to Finn Russell. Finn Russell, long pass out wide. Over the top of Hugh Jones. Not ideal. And they'll go back for the penalty, I'm sure, as it was a great tackle coming from Tommaso Menoncello. And he picked up the ball. I mean, he was off on tangent by himself, but being called back for the penalty. Decision time, yeah, for Scotland. Do they take the points here? Finn Russell got the ball in hand. I think he'll just pop this into the corner, to be honest. Don't really think they need to go for points early on. Sort of backing themselves. They're having a conversation, yeah. I think he might, attack we go here. Dave Cherry's got the ball in hand. And pick up the goal on Dave Cherry. Nice work, overlap. And Finn Russell goes short chair. And turning around, there was Blair Kinghorn. Losing his balance in the process. Very nice direct. Just short. In fact, no, he's got grounding. Scotland are over. It's taken them less than 4 minutes. They've opened their account and their revenge job on Italy's off to the perfect start. Very, very good momentum and continuity. Brave call as well, taking the tap. And that's what I think Finn Russell was saying. I think he was basically saying, 5 meters out, why don't we have a go here? There seems to be a discussion whether it was the 5 meter line out versus the quick tap. The opted for the quick tap. It's paid dividends, and Scotland are very much over. And Finn Russell makes no mistake. He opens the count. He's my flower half in my fantasy team, so I need him to operate today. I really do. Right, 7-0 within 5 minutes. Perfect start this year for Scotland, and I think last year's result will very much be on their mind. They'll very much be out to try and make a point. Italy not really had much ball in hand so far, so need to just try and focus on getting back to basics, try and have a bit of a reset after that, and not panicking, I think, is the important thing as well. So 37 votes so far. Scotland very much favoured to win, but still a lot of rugby left to play. The Kotsura now will feed the line out. And it's a good take in the front from Federico Raza. Looking for the rolling ball, not too much give at the moment, so the Kotsura will use it, and he goes to Page Reload. Right up against the touchline. Darcy Graham very happy just to mark. We're good to see Darcy Graham back and play. He was a bit injured a lot recently, the last couple of years, but such an exciting player when he is on the park, and him and Duane van der Merwe very much vying for that sort of try-scoring record. So nice little internal competition, I think, happening between those two players. And not his best kick, though, for Darcy Graham. It was right up against touchline in fairness, so it'll be an Italian line about 10 minutes outside of 22. Not a bad end result. Ball at the top. Dave Cherry comes away with it. So kind of tuck on here for Scotland. They've got numbers as well. Hugh Jones. Drawn pass. Clear King or Nark. Cuts back inside. Drawn from the Merva there for company. And arriving here is Ben White. Short pass up there. It's a nice support play there coming from Gilchrist. Ben White now going to... I think it's... oh, we got who that is, actually. Now doing for the Merva. Good wrapped up tackle there from Menoncello. To the right hand side they go. Not the best ball, but Matt Ferguson doesn't mind. And he'll bash it up. Tackled by his opposite number, Nicola Coloni. Or Lorenzo Coloni, rather. Nicola coming off the bench a bit later. Gilchrist. Should bring the ball in the the carry. And back now to Finn Russell. Not too much on. So Finn Russell goes to the boot. He's put this too far, though. So this needs to have a good competition here from Darcy Graham. Montiani is very, very easily marked. So not the best kick came from Finn Russell. I think the option was necessarily too bad. Just the execution wasn't good enough. So good to see Montiani back and playing for Italy after his bit of sabbatical. He's such a good player. And Italy are so much better when he's around. Generally got quite a good. I mean, that back three. I mean, Andrew Kupawatsa, he's world class. Montiani on stage is world class. So the Italian side so started to build a side that's good enough to compete, which is exciting. It is exciting. Now doing Van der Merwe on the left-hand side. Ball back inside over the top, and Hugh Jones is going to come away with it. Hugh Jones is going to run it in. Well, Scotland make it 2 within 10 minutes, and they could threaten to run right if they keep playing like that. Very nicely worked. And Hugh Jones, the beneficiary. And just draw past the wraparound there from Finn Russell, and then just draw past there from their king on. John Van der Merwe goes down, draws in Montiani. Ball back inside to Hugh Jones. Very simple rugby, very effective rugby from Scotland. And Italy need to show up that defence very quickly. They're going to try and make this competitive. Really don't want to watch just 2 blowouts, I'm going to be honest. It's a bit boring after just, it's just one team hammering the other. And Finn Russell says, thank you very much. Shield to have an extra conversion, 14 points to 0. That'll help my fantasy team. I'm trying to remember what I actually predicted for this this game. It's a good restart once again from Scotland. And I've gone with, I went Scotland by 18. So they're already 12 up, 14 up. So maybe a penalty, a little 17-0 would do me quite nicely if that was my prediction. I was kind of hoping it would be more competitive. Ben White now does go to boot and right up against the touchline, but he stays inside from Tommaso Allen. Kick and chase here coming from... that's been really done. That's been brilliantly done. And we're back to page reload. Options over here. Nation Breck starts kicking in behind. And needs to slow up, needs to slow up. Let's go slow up perfectly. And it's actually, well, Finn Russell's let it go. And Tommaso Menoncello. Oh, I was about to say. I think he was actually out. Finn Russell left it. And it almost was a bit of a disaster because Italy basically just jumped on the ball, put it back inside. Menoncello thought he was about to go over. But I think Finn Russell leaving it because it was about to go over the line and didn't end up going over the line. But this was very, very close from the fly half. Taking it quickly, Scotland, so we actually didn't have time to watch the replay. Ball available at the back for White. And kept in by Montiani. He wants to go a bit of a run himself. Goes pretty direct. Stopped by Jamie Ritchie and Dave Cherry. Ball available there for page reload. I haven't seen much of Paulo got busy so far this game. He reckons the switch is on here though. Puts his little chip in behind for Montiani. Finn Russell gets there first. Gets a little ball out the back, but not quite Darcy Graham. A little bit too cute that from Finn Russell. So it'll be Italian line out. Right, here we go. Italy building from the back. It's much better. Nation breaks, pops it short, and that's a brilliant line being run by Menoncello. Gets the offload away. Can't quite find hands though. And Pierre Schumann did not knock that out on the ground. The Italians reckon so. The referee says no. Back it goes to Finn Russell, and eventually the call does come. There was a knock on from Pierre Schumann. Much better that from Italy. He's a really, really good limey Roma Melancello, and he was so good last year. Absolute world-class talent, and still so young as well. I guess that's the exciting thing for Italy. A lot of their players coming through are really exciting and very young. The question is, can they just find the experience? Can they keep a team together? Can they keep a coaching staff together as well to kind of build as a side and become a team? I don't think they're going to win the Six Nations anytime soon, but can they get into the third, second? Can they actually contend and start beating some of the top sides in the world? John van der Merwe again, a bit of running repairs, a bit of tape around that boot of his. It's a really good offer. Just watching that first try again. It's just really good work. But just very simple. Draw and pass, draw and pass, draw and pass. Nothing complicated at all from the Scots, but it's effective. And that's sometimes the what you got to do is you don't actually have to always overplay. Sometimes you just got to keep things a bit simple, run through the phases, and the opportunities will kind of present themselves. First scrum of the day. Not a bad effort either. They're from Italy, so they'll be quite chuffed with that. Now, a bit of a counter-attack change coming up from Scotland to turn over ball, but it will find touch. There's an interesting chase there. Montiwani going back. Darcy Graham right behind him, and the ball winning the battle in the end. But, I mean, the ball retention from Italy has been really, really poor. Every single time they've had a half a break, they just keep losing it, and you can't have that. You can't be that poor with your ball retention. So very frustrating so far. Right, they're going to start now behind the halfway line. So line up nice and flat for Canone. Slow ball here for Pedrillo. That's a much better way to kick, just outside 22. Bit of a strange one to just kick it away. But now Blake Kinghorn looking to try and build. Trying to get his hands to the tackle. It's a good tackle in the end. Quick ball here from Scotland, a bit of space. And Finn Russell very happy to just kick it downfield. Now Paulo got busy. What can he conjure up? He goes on the right-hand side. He's found a bit of space. Bounce to the ball's favourite, Finn Russell. He's got plenty of time here. He might look for a touch here. And he will find touch. So it'll be Italian line inside the half. Kieran O'Connor saying, do the Scots look good or are the Italians awful? I think it's been good from Scotland. A pretty ordinary defence, must admit, from Italy so far. And saying it appears to be no Italian defence. Yeah, I guess the problem with Italy is sometimes they do think that defending is kind of optional. And at times it's been woeful over the years. They've gotten a lot better. And I think that's one of the big things. I always speak about Argentina and Contaponi taking over. And I said the big thing, I think, is about making them harder to beat. And that's going to be a penalty for holding on to the breakdown work. Not good enough from Italy. And I think Italy got a similar problem. You know, it's not necessarily about improving their attacking their attacking shape or their attacking ability and scoring more tries. The big thing for Gonzalo Caseta is to shore up this Italian defense and make them harder to beat. He's got plenty of experience. He's been an assistant coach at France. He's been at Racing. He's been at Stade Francais. He was at the Jaguars. He was at Stade Francais for 3 years. So he's got lots of coaching pedigree as the 50-year-old. But I think for me, the big thing that Italy needs to change is that defense. They need to be harder to beat. Not necessarily better on attack, not scoring more points, harder to beat. Concede fewer points, have a much better defense, because you've got the players who can create something out of nothing. And Angie Caputo, he doesn't need a lot of coaching to find space. You know, Paulo got busy in attacking fly half by nature. You've got the talent. Even actually, nature brings. You know that you've got the attacking talent, but you can't just negate all of that efforts with a bad defense. You've got to make sure you find that balance. But Scotland right now, starts out 22. Dave Cherry with ball in hand from that penalty. And they go to Gilchrist. And Italy too do compete. And they shift on the left-hand side to Scotland. Dave Cherry with ball in hand. Bit of a reset now coming from the Scots. But Italy have driven them back well. And ball is available though, so it's a good sack in the end. Good defense from Italy. Now they have to defend in open play as Gilchrist takes the ball in. Available now for White. White's got options and he goes short to Stephen McDowell. Xander Ferguson. And he'll be desperate to try and find a British and Irish Lions call up this year. Finn Russell, options. Goes short to Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones sees the ball behind. It's brilliantly picked up. No, it's actually been left behind. And Nation Bricks now puts it in behind. And it's a big chase coming here from, I think it's Marcel Allen, who's after it. And it's just going to run into touch. It'll be a Scotland line-up, but just outside 22. And that's where Nation Bricks are so good. Turnover ball, sees the space, just puts it in behind and says, right, let's have a bit of a sprint off. And Marcel Allen wasn't far away from getting there first before that ball ran out. Hugh Jones so desperate to try and get the offload away. And Finn Russell, oh, he actually put the pass in behind. I thought he had picked it up cleanly. But his pass in behind was straight into the hands of Ignacio Briggs. Also a bit of a problem when it comes to Finn Russell. He loves to play the 50-50 pass. Loves taking that risk. For me, definitely starting fly half for the British and Irish Lions. I'm very excited to see the type of rugby they're going to try and play with him at the helm. That's a huge hit coming from Xander Ferguson. Really nice carry from the big tight end. Ben White now sends it downfield. Opportunity for Kapowitsa. He puts it in the air to chase. Tommaso Allen after it. And it goes back into the hands of Jamie Gray. Dave Cherry now. Scotland on the left-hand side. Italy defends starting to spread. But options here for Ben White. Goes short to Xander Ferguson on the 10-metre line. Looking like a Fabien for pick up and go. Or might go to the boot here, might Ben White. Yeah, he's out for a couple of blockers. Does go to the boot. Duan van der Merwe will give chase. It's not a fantastic kick. It's right up against the touchline as well. So Duan van der Merwe, it looks like it come forward off of Duan van der Merwe. So it will, in fact, be a Italy scrum. And after that, early blitz, Italy are slowly but surely finding a bit more of a foothold in the game. It's not much. They're not, I wouldn't say they're competitive yet, but are starting to force a few mistakes from the Scots. Are starting to have a bit more of the ball and starting to look a little bit more comfortable than they were in that opening patch of play when they were blown away pretty poorly, if we're being brutally honest. Right, so scrum here for Italy. So far, they've had 43 carries to Scotland to Italy's 10. So need to try and have a bit more ball in hand. A bit more phase play here as well from Italy. Their ball tends has been really poor. I don't think they've had more than 2 or 3 phases so far in this stage of the game. Ball available, and Cannoni's going to take it and go straight to Paulo Garbizzi. Bit of a wrapper on coming here from Pedrillo. Goes to Kapowitsa, who's sniping around there. Always looking for space is the talented wing. Now for Shetty. Penalty advantage of Scotland for Italy for offside. And a ball available for Pedrillo. Goes to the right hand side. Nasia Briggs. Bit of space for Montiwani. Brought down by Dave Cherry and Finn Russell. Still penalty advantage for Italy. Nice hands. And Nasia Briggs. And it's a half pass. And Hugh Jones found the interception, but there was a penalty advantage. So they'll go back for the penalty itself. Much better work that from Italy, though. A couple of poor passes when they had the penalty advantage. But offside against Scotland. And decision time now. It is very kickable. I don't see much point in taking the 3 points because I don't think that... I think Italy are not a side that's going to, slowly kick their way, penalties to beating a Scotland. They are going to take the points. They generally do take the points to Italy. And my frustration is Scotland don't look like they're going to not score more tries. They look like they've got their threat in hand. And you've already conceded 2 opening tries. Yes, this maybe takes an 11-point game. Back yourselves. Go to the corner. I don't think you're going to kick yourself to a lead here. You're already 14 points down. I don't see how you beat Scotland without scoring tries. I mean, you've got the momentum, for example. I think you should be taking it. But anyway, Tommaso Allen will have his first kick of the match. It is 14 meters on the angle. It's a nice Italian jersey, this white one as well, actually. Sponsor works nicely. All in all, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And straight down the middle. It's a good kick from Tommaso Allen. And they get points on the board. So they've really done better than Wales have last night because they got points on the board. Question is, can they build on that as Casado watches on. Very keen to see what he does with his Italian side. And Miwan is throwing out the Scottish flag there, so a couple of Scottish fans in the chat. Welcome. Monty Owen is a good chase that came from Darcy Graham, and Monty Owen deals with it pretty well. Italy's first kickoff has been received relatively well, but taking a while to get the ball back out. So slow ball, you have Page reload. And he gives it to Canoni just to set up a bit of a better... actually could have been Federico Razza, yeah, it was. Now, Martin Page is going to go to the boot himself, look to try and find touch, right up against the touch line there, and it's a good touch finder right towards the halfway line. Very nice exit from Italy. And those are important things as well. You know, you talk about the basics in rugby. Exits from the 22, for example, very underrated part of the game. Kickoffs, very underrated part of the game. You've got to get some basics right. And that's good. You know, you've gotten 3 points. You've now exited well. You've taken the kickoff, exited well, pushed them back towards the halfway line. That's good game management. What you can't be doing is compounding. You know, oh, that's a great read. Ignacio Briggs. I mean, he loves the shoot-up tackle, doesn't he? And such a good read. And they win the penalty. That's phenomenal from Ignacio Briggs. That really, really is. There are a few outside centers in the world who I think read a defense as well as Jean-Ignacio Briggs does. He's so good at it. And he read it from a mile back, rushed up, made the tackle. Then Italy managed to get over the ball. And to be fair to them, I didn't say I didn't think they're going to manage the way to get to the lead in 3 points, but they now got their second penalty within as many minutes, and he slots this to Master, and all of a sudden it's 14 points to 6. So look, I mean, well, by all means, make me eat my words. It's a great read this year from Ignacio Briggs. Hammers Darcy Graham. Me one saying, well, thank you for clarifying. First one coming across as annoying your commentary, but enjoying. I appreciate that. And thank you for correcting yourself there. Well, welcome. I love the Six Nations because we get such a different type of audience. We obviously got the Forever Sports usuals. I mean, Sean Farrell's in the comments there. Kieran O'Connor's around. I'm sure I've seen Connor Kaler as well. But always get a couple of newbies on the channel. And it's another good kick there from Tommaso Adden. So it's 14 points to 6. And another penalty, and we've got a bit of a game on, but Italy have definitely responded well to that first 10 minutes. Unfortunately for them, they do have it in them, don't they? They've got that 10-minute period where they just kind of switch off, and it just gives them so much work to do. Lorenzo Canone off the kickoff. Solid carry from him. One of my favourite players is Lorenzo Canone. One of the reasons I have an Italian jersey. Yeah, I mean, I watched Italy a lot in the World Cup, which is probably why I ended up getting a jersey from them. It's a good take from Blair Kinghorn, but good chase from Montiani. Scotland back towards the halfway line. Ben White. It's a good take from Ben. Piers Kuman gives it, and that's a very good angle being run by Rory Dodge. Gets the offload away, and back to White. White goes to Finn Russell. Finn Russell inside Darcy Graham, who's smashed by Negri, who was a bit sore. I think actually could have gotten his head on the wrong side. Almost the turnover from Italy, but Scotland eventually managed to get the ball away. Now Dodge back on the ball. Couple of hands in there, but ball's eventually available for Ben White. Goes short to Zan Ferguson. He pops it up to Dave Cherry. Now Gilchrist. Nice and direct. With solid defense so far from Italy. Not too many options. Vinod still wants to see a bit of a wraparound here. Goes short to Kinghorn. He was shaping actually to do a kick over the top there, did Finn Russell. And then as the Italian defense kind of staggered, he just decided not to. Went short to Blair Kinghorn instead. Options, yeah. Stafford McDowell looking for potential pick up and go. He pops it up to Xander Ferguson. He pops it up to Piers Kuman. Xander Ferguson kind of playing that first receiver at the moment. Pick up and go coming from Rory Dodge. Suddenly getting into a lot of work in the last few minutes. And to the right-hand side, Johnny Gray. Solid carry from him. But good defense from Italy. Scotland haven't really found him, but now a bit of space for Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones goes himself. Good tackle once again from Jean-Ignacio Briggs. Dave Cherry. Solid work from the Italian defense. 11 phases, and yet I don't think they've actually found a meter of gain line. Now a space out wide. Long pass out wide. Capozzo needs to try and get across to try and make the tackle on Joe van der Merwe. He eventually brings it up. He gets the offload away to Blair Kinghorn. Blair Kinghorn with options. It's a good tackle. And into the 22. Pick up and go quick here. Ball goes to Matt Ferguson. Pops it up to Gilchrist. Throws it up to Finn Russell. Finn Russell throws the goal himself. Oh, he can't hold on to it. Knocks it forward. Brilliant scramble defense from Italy. And Capozzo wants to run himself. His kickers then charged down, and the referee eventually saying, hold on. will go back for the knock-on. Finn Russell just not managing to hold on to that. I think he's actually half between looking at the offload and going himself. And ended up knocking it. But it was a great little dummy there. Gets inside. It's a great tackle from Lorenzo Canoni. And he actually, to be fair, he actually dislodges the ball in the tackle. So it's very good scramble defense there from Italy. A bit of break and play here. Doing in front of Merva, looking at that break. So physical, the tackle was doing in front of Merva. And getting that offload away as well. And Blair King on there. I think if he gets an offload away to Darcy Gray, and they probably go in. It's a great tackle. I think it's to Master Allen. He gets back to make it. But having a look at this tackle over here. It's a huge tackle coming from Lorenzo Canoni. Oh, and a bit of a shove in the back of the head of Finn Russell. A little bit of just letting him know that he knocked it on. I wouldn't mind a little bit of bite in the game. Brave to do when you're still trading by 6 points. 8 points. 8 points. Do your math, Steve. Right, ball under the feet there. Big scrum here coming from Italy. Huge scrum, but no penalty advantage or anything. And got busy now. We'll use that left boot to get them out of trouble. It doesn't find touch, though, so opportunity for Blake Kinghorn to run a counter-attack. He's got Finn Russell as an option. But he'll do when the is running an inside ball. And Blake Kinghorn going himself, almost bursting through the tackle. Slow ball now for Scotland. White eventually to the right hand side to Xander Ferguson. Rush defense misses him. And Simone Ferrari came up quickly. Now Finn Russell. Bit of a juggle coming in front of Merva, which allows the Italian defense to make a good tackle on him. Now the left hand side. Richie goes short to Pierre Schoolman. Pierre Schoolman looking for the offload. And knock-on advantage here for Scotland. Still with ball in hand. Finn Russell direct to Jones. Leaves it behind. And no advantage. They'll go back for the knock-on. I think it was a knock-on or a penalty. Penalty, if long a penalty for... the hand comes through at the ruck type to knock the ball down. So penalty in front of the poles, and Finn Russell will go to the corner. This is also my problem. I think, Italy are going to concede another try. I know it. I think they know it. Look, maybe I'll be very wrong, but I'm pretty confident they will. And this is why I don't really see the point in them taking the points. 14 points to 6. This could very well be 21 points to 6. Whereas if you tried both those penalties, for example, pie in the sky, maybe they score both there, maybe they get 14 points themselves. But even one converted try would have been 7 points. And more than what they've got now. Now Scotland with just under 12 minutes left in the half are on the 5-metre line. Dave Cherry's ball in hand. Goes to the front of the line to former captain Jamie Ritchie. And to the corner they go. Too easy. Far, far too easy for Ben White. It was a good line set, and Dave Cherry with a smile on his face. And this is my problem with Italy, is they keep taking the 3 points when Scotland are dealing in 7s. And they go through for their third try within half an hour. Too easy. Not good enough. And just Dave Cherry goes to the right hand side. The chicken wing pass from him is absolutely brilliant. Over they go. I mean, as he's going down, chicken wing to Ben White. Good awareness, good take from him. Into the corner they go. Scotland with try number 3. Italy with another try to see and more work to do. But this time, Finn Russell not successful with the kick, so it'll remain at 19 points to 6. 10 minutes left in the half officially. Hugh Jones underneath Kickoff. Gets away from one, eventually brought down on the 22, so they've got the save to 22 they wanted. Pierre Schoeman asked to create a bit of a better angle for Ben White and buy him some time to get himself ready for the clearance kick. Can go for touch, which is where it looks like it is heading towards. And Italy opting not to take the line quickly. Gaining 29.3 meters. So Italian line just inside Scotland half. But this is what I think Scotland have to be, Italy have to be more positive. They have to, for me, go for the tries. They have to try and get the scoreboard ticking. I don't think they can win this 3 points by 3 points by 3 points. For me, they've got to be more positive. But knocked lost forward and kicked him behind, and it's a long way back here for it looks like Paolo got busy. A lot of pressure being put on him from Stafford McDowell. Both teams are arriving, and he's been pushed over the own line, and that's going to be a scrum for Scotland on the 5-meter line. And this is what I say: the Italian ball retention has been awful, absolutely awful. Set piece there, turnover ball, kicked him behind. Stafford McDowell does very, very well here. And it's just basics there. The ball into the chest of Kappa whatsoever, and Finn Russell, it's a brilliant kick. He just volleys it. Gets behind first there, this Paolo got busy, but under so much pressure from Stafford McDowell, he doesn't really have any options here. And by the time the Italian support arrives, so had a couple of Scots, and it was quite easy to bundle him over the line in the end. And now it's a 5-meter scrum for Scotland. Could they look for try number 4 before half time? Get that bonus point sorted. Razan saying, is there any URC Championship games today? Nothing, unfortunately. There's a couple of friendlies, but they're not being shown. But no URC. There is URC next weekend, but nothing today. And Brook reckons Italy are going to get 70 points put on them. Well, if they score again here, it'll be 4 tries within the first half. 70, I'm not quite sure. 50 could be on the cards, in fairness. I'll be surprised if it's as much as 50, but at this stage, unless they start playing, it could be ugly. It could be ugly, I think is the main thing. But yeah, no URC. Next weekend, it's Stormers versus, I think I want to say Sharks. Which we'll obviously be covering in amongst the Six Nations stuff. URC fixtures. 2 o'clock game next week in South Africa. And Lions versus Stormers. That's what it is. No, that's 2 weeks. Sorry, Stormers versus Bulls next weekend. That's what it is. Stormers versus Bulls and another weekend of Six Nations. And then after that, it's Lions versus Stormers and Bulls versus Sharks on the 15th of Feb. Reset chat scrum time. 6.5 minutes left on the clock. Very one-sided affair. Much like last night, Italy have managed to put together about a 10-minute period where they were not terrible and got their 6 points. But they're dealing in penalties. Scotland are dealing in tries. It's not a good combination. It just, you can't catch up if that's going to be the case. Finn Russell standing right behind the scrum. Now he shifts to the left-hand side. Joe van der Merwe. And White also does a bit of a dummy run. So Matt Ferguson breaks out the back. Very nice defense from Italy just to really sort of slow that down. And Gray pops it out to Pierre Schoeman. But once again, good defense from Italy. And the man over the ball there, but the referee said the ball's available. Slow ball here. Ben White eventually looking for it. Pick up and go. Once again, good defense here from Italy. Haven't moved an inch since that scrum. Gray goes to Ferguson. And penalty. Penalty for Italy. I don't know if it's for holding on, for going over on his feet. Went himself, did Rory Dodge. And off feet is the referee decision. Yeah, so I think it's going off their feet at the breakdown. So good work there from Italy. Much, much better. They'll take a bit of confidence out of that. Paolo got busy sporting an interesting look. He's got black paint all over his face. You can very clearly see Xander Ferguson not on his feet, and Paulo got busy. That's a brilliant turnover. What a talented player he is, and you can see the frustration coming from Gregor Townsend as he hammers the wall behind him. Not happy with what he's seen from his team there. It's a good win from Paulo got busy. Short there. Nice carry there coming from Lorenzo Canone. Barton Page really shaping up to go to the boss kick. Does go to the boss kick. Not gone particularly far, so this will be competitive. Ball comes back inside. Fumble there. Peskuman comes away with it. Referee says player on, no advantage. Turnover ball now. Jamie Ritchie goes nice and direct, but it's a good tackle coming from Ferbuary. And then knocked it forward have Scott. And then a counter knock on coming from Fashedi. So it's a nice big tackle there from Ferbuary to a turnover ball. It's a need to score before halftime. You feel, and not a penalty, a try, even on a convert try. 90 points to 11, 90 points to 13 is very competitive. 90 points to 11, still a game. If Scotland score the next try, then that becomes a very, very big mountain to climb. But plenty of rugby still to play, so we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch. Right, Italy scrum. Just short of the 10 meter on the left-hand side. Martin Page Wheeler will feed. Penalty advantage, yeah, for Italy. They've had looked really good at scrum times. The one thing they've been really good, you know, she makes short pass. And into contact goes Tommaso Allen. Good carry that. And Martin Page Wheeler down the right-hand side to Monty Ioane. With a bit of a goosey, trying to get around the outside, making a yard or two. Good work from him. Back inside from Martin Page Wheeler. Got busy. Straightens there, does Dino Lamb. Bricks. Menoncello. Good tackle coming from Stafford McDowell. And no advantage here, says the referee. Decision time here for Italy. My gut says they'll probably go for the 3. I don't really see the point in it. Again, you know, they've got 3 penalties. Scotland got 3 tries. You're not going to catch up penalty after penalty after penalty. So I'd love to see them be a bit more confident. Go to the corner. Now you see they're going for the... I just don't see the point. If it was 14 points to 6, by all means. So Tommaso Allen to try and make this an 10-point game, which is a lot. 10 points is a lot. It's another 3 penalties. I'd love to see them be a bit more confident. Go to the corner. Try and find that try before halftime. You could then go into halftime with a bit of momentum as well, because there's, you know, just over a minute left on the clock, 1 minute and 5 seconds basically. So the chance of Scotland having to go from there all the way to the Italian half and score is not particularly high. It's another good kick from Tommaso Allen, and the flags are raised. It's 19 points to 6, but you can't be replying to tries and converted tries with penalties. It's just not going to mathematically add up. Casetta's had enough. He's off to the change room. Russell to the right-hand side. Tononi once again underneath it. Over the ball is Jamie Ritchie, but no, not successfully. Pedro pops it up. Short. And Vachetti just... In fact, Vachetti almost getting actually through there, to be fair. Martin Pedro now. Got a couple of ball carries to the left-hand side. He goes to Dino Lamb. That's actually Sebastian Negri. It's a nice physical take. Still not kicking at you. I think looking to just wind the clock down, really, which is fair enough, I suppose. And very happy with everything got busy just to put it into the stands. So half-time score with 19 points to 9. I wouldn't say Italy out of it, but I just think they need to be more confident. And Scotland, after that first 10-minute blitz, took them a while to get that third try. When they've got ball in hand, they're looking pretty comfortable. Italy are holding on and keeping themselves in some sort of a game, but it's just not really managing to kick on. So we'll see you guys very shortly after the break. Don't go away. Smash like on the video, subscribe if you're new as well to the channel, and we'll see you guys in a few. Right, back from half time, and Scotland currently leading Italy 19 points to 9. A very interesting first half. Scotland has definitely been the better side. Italy keep going on trying to basically catch them up 3 points at a time, which I don't think is a particularly good tactic. I just don't think they're going to get enough opportunities to. And you've got a team in Scotland who are scoring tries for fun at the moment. 3 tries in that first half. Could have been 4. So I just think that Italy want to try and make this a proper game. Ferbuary going short from the kickoff and almost winning it back, but eventually I think Federico Razza coming away with it. They've got to, for me, be a bit more confident, and they've got to try and get themselves into the game a little bit more. And go for tries and go and try and get sort of those kind of results. So that for me would be my sort of only suggestion for Italy. For Scotland, I think it's pretty much a little bit about being more accurate. They've had plenty of opportunities, but sometimes trying to overplay, try the Hail Mary pass, a couple of small, Hail Marys. Maybe they need to start playing the percentages, to be honest. Maybe just need to be a little bit simpler with the game plan and just keep things a bit simple and see what that does. Kick over the top, though. Well fielded, very nicely fielded that from Blair Kinghorn. He's had a pretty solid game so far. Quick ball here from White. Popping up to Finn Russell. Finn Russell, need to get him more involved in the second half there. Nice carry there from Jory Dodge up towards the halfway line. And White to the right-hand side here. Sam McDowell, first receiver. Now John van der Merwe looking for a bit of work. John van der Merwe down the right-hand side. Just manages to stay in. Tommaso Menchetta trying to shove his boot onto the line and then claim he was out. Dave Cherry goes short to Piers Skuman. Now Gilchrist. Nice carry. It was a good tackle. Good tackle coming from Simone Ferrari. The veteran prop. Now through the hands. Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham hasn't really had much to do so far this game. The left-hand side. Xander Ferguson. Nice carry from him. Italian defence has got through 7 phases. I've seen too much. John van der Merwe looking for a bit of work, but it shoves a couple away, but brought back behind the gain line. Xander Ferguson back, and that's a nice run. And he gets the offload away. Piers Skuman with a bit of space. Piers Skuman on the bit of a run. Looking for the offload as well as the loose set, but quick ball here from White. Oh, inside ball. Brilliant from Finn Russell, but not being held by Darcy Graham. Turnover ball here for Italy. Knock-on advantage, and they'll probably look to kick him behind. Yes, Paulo got busy. Does go to the boot down that right-hand side. Blair King was going to have to go back and retrieve it. The ball bounces favorably into his hands. He's got a couple of players to the left-hand side and doing in front of Merva. And he floats towards him and then goes himself to Blair King one, but he's smashed in the tackle. Ball goes down, but backwards says the referee. Finn Russell, not too much on. He wants to put it back onto the boot, bring out that old-fashioned torpedo into the hands of Tommaso Allen. Nice little extended a bit of ball and play time here. And Allen now goes to the boot. He's looking for touch and will find touch. Maybe not his best touch finder, given the fact he had a decent angle to work with. But, yeah, they do give themselves out of a little pressure. And it'll be a Scotland line out about 10 metres on from the halfway line. Let it be earlier saying that was a decent half. Yeah, if you're a Scotland fan, I think you're smiling. Da, 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 da. 600 air so far from Scotland. That's just not accurate enough, is it? Got to do a lot better. Looking on is Gonzalo Caseda. He's got a big job on his hand here with his Italian side. I think it's an exciting job, to be fair. Here comes Nicola Canone. And I think it was Fabien Rasa, actually, who's gone off there. In the midfield, though, is Dodge. Good tackle. Yeah, there's Rasa, that's off. The Italian defence had some really nice moments of defence before they then actually... Oh, that's a great tackle, though. It's a great read of Matt Ferguson. It was a horrible hospital pass. But good line speed. And they win the penalty. Once again, I'm sure they'll go for the Poles, which, you know, if they can find 3-4 penalties in a row, could actually work. But for me, there's just too many penalties they need with how Scotland are scoring tries. It's a pretty horrible pass. And Matt Ferguson hammered, though, backwards. It was a good read. I think it's from the Arsenal man. Cello makes it. No, Menicello is the one over the ball winning the penalty. And Tommaso Allen off the tee. It's a nice kick. And Italy slowly clawing their way back into the game. It's 19 points to 12. He hasn't missed a beat off the tee, has Tommaso Allen. Now kicking behind you for Finn Russell to take on the run there. Inside ball to Blair Kinghorn. Inside comes Darcy Graham. Good work here from Scotland. And inside goes Ben White to Johnny Gray. Nice tackle there. 45 minutes gone, 19 points, 12. Just 7 points in it. So if we're going to try now for Italy, could level things. Need to make sure they score next in some sort of capacity. It's a very good competition in the air there. And Darcy Graham gets the better of Tommaso Allen. Pierce Kumana in the midfield. Finn Russell looking for options. Oh no, Finn Russell put it straight to the hands of Ignacio Briggs. That's absolutely awful from Finn Russell. That is the absolute worst possible thing that could have happened for Scotland. And Italy, well, they found their first try. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a late Christmas present from Finn Russell. It's awful from him. And Italy are going to label things up. That's absolutely bizarre. He didn't have too many options there, did Finn Russell. But surely the option would have been to hold on to it, not just put the ball straight into the hands of Ignacio Briggs. Hugh Jones coming on the angle. But that's awful from Finn Russell. It really is poor. Well. Scotland, their own enemies there. Briggs the beneficiary. The Italians celebrate. Well, she's chuffed. Well, there we go. 19 points apiece. Well, maybe I might bite my words in terms of them not being able to go penalty on penalty. To be fair, I didn't expect Finn Russell to just give them a try. But that is exactly what has just happened. And game firmly on now at Murrayfield. And the Italians will be full of energy after that. And Finn Russell, he's had a bit of a shocker there. An absolute shocker. Pass was never on. Ever on. He looked a little bit indecisive at times today as Finn Russell, which is very unlike him. That's a great take out of the air from Blake Kinghorn. Right to the left-hand side. Big carry that came from Xander Ferguson. Nice limey. Well, Ben White with a bit of a snipe, and he's been hammered to the ground by Nicola Canoni. And Xander Ferguson now drives up. Good work from him. Good Italian defense here. Scotland not really going anywhere with the phases. And the phase play has been good in terms of ball retention, but they just need to find someone there to unlock the defense. That's one way to do it. Long pass out wide towards Darcy Graham. He got a bit of space. Nation breaks. Cuts back inside. And he's still going as Darcy Graham. Slippery customer at the best of times. White goes to Piers Kuhlman. He's running nice direct. Bichetti trying to get his hands on the ball and concedes a penalty for going off his feet. Penalty advantage now. Rory Dodge. It's actually Jamie Ritchie. Now Finn Russell goes short to John van der Merwe. Finn Russell needs to try and make amends for that awful pass. And Nation breaks is very well to prevent the ball further at the top. They'll go back for the penalty. On a different note, by the way, we are looking for some moderators to join our team and help us grow our channel. So if you guys are interested, then please do get hold of us. Basically, what we're trying to do is find people to facilitate the chat a little bit, to find some new faces, and to try and to try and build the channel a little bit. We've been going for a while now, and things can get a little bit hectic. So yeah, if you guys have been part of the channel for a while and be interested in becoming a moderator, please let us know. We'd love to start building our Forever Sports family even bigger than what it already is. Solid carry that came from Piers Kuhlman. Pick up and go there from Rory Dodge. But to tell you what, Fachetti's come away with that. So turn of the ball here for SD, and the counter-attack could be on. Tommaso Allen goes to the boot. He's looking towards the touchline. And that's going to run into the... It's a great kick there from Tommaso Allen. Really, really good. He finds touch about 5 minutes behind their own half. Actually made Cello who kicked it away. Difficult to see from a distance between him and Tommaso Allen. Similar sort of phrase. Cello's a bit bigger, but dark hair. Right, Lakesi on now for... We've got to a couple of subs for both teams over here. We'll confirm them in just a second. There's a lot of people coming on and off over there. Right, and here we go. Right, so the subs not quite confirmed. So that's Ashman, Sutherland, Dempsey on for Richie, Skuman, and Dave Cherry. So your times are looking to bring a couple of reinforcements here, as is Casada. Right, and Montiwani underneath it. And the ball gets knocked forward. There's a nice little break on the right hand side coming from Italy. Unfortunately, Menoncello couldn't hold on to it. Such a nice player, Menoncello. One of the players that they should be building on. 22 years old. And he's just a different level at the best of times. What I think is so incredible about him is the fact he's still playing for Benetton. I mean, if I was like the Lions in Johannesburg, I'd be throwing money at him. Absolutely throwing money at him to bring him down to Joburg. Surely we could pay him more than what he's earning at Benetton. Surely. He'll be going to top 14 the next season. I don't see how he doesn't. But yeah, any team would be very lucky to have him because he's genuinely world class. One of maybe 2 or 3 Italian players who are. Right, White goes over the top, and Joe van der Merwe is going to give chase. Good take there from Capahutso. He is playing in the top 14. Big counter-attack coming from Scotland, though. And I'm not entirely sure who's got the ball here. It's actually on Scotland's side, so it is a turnover ball. Ben White flicks it off the ground to Gilchrist, pops it up to Finn Russell, who fumbles it in behind. Finn Russell a bit of pressure here. A bit of doing a full 360. He's done very well eventually to get himself out of a bit of trouble, as Finn Russell. Not been as clean as games, which is not ideal given the fact he's in my freaking fantasy team. Doing for the Mervyn. Now a bit of space out wide. Ashman brought down up against the touchline. Xander Ferguson now. Big carry coming from him. Savin McDowell, I think he's actually just lost it forward. Once again, Italian pressure is proving too much for Scotland, who have not looked particularly good in this half. Right, Federico Raza is back and ready to get back onto the field after that blood bin. But we're going back for a penalty that Scotland had, so there was an advantage. And I think it's going to take a moment here. They'll kick themselves closer to the try line. I don't see it's kind of out of Finn Russell's range, just past the 50-meter line. I don't know what the win situation is over there, but it'll be a big thump of a kick if we were to get it. So I think they'll just kick towards the corner. Yeah, so they tackle on Finn Russell. It's pretty blatant as well. It's pretty silly. Absolutely no need for it whatsoever. Right, Ross Vincent on for Lorenz Caroni. What a player Ross Vincent is, and there's going to be a big, big battle between those two for the number 8 journey for a while to come. But, I mean, Ross Vincent, 22 years old, plays for the Exeter Chiefs. Phenomenal player. Born in South Africa, went to Bishops, came through Zebra Palmer before going to Zebra Chiefs, Exeter Chiefs. Fantastic. I mean, he was the one that was a pizza delivery boy, basically, and then he was basically gone from that playing under 20s to getting a call up for Italy. So, incredible story for him. But apart from that, a very, very good rugby player. Right, ball over the top from Italy, and it's a good take once again for Blake Kingman, but nice chase coming from Montiwani. He needs to give him a ball in hand as Montiwani. Spending his life chasing lost causes is a bit of a waste of his ability. No, that's not a good kick from Ben White. Although it's gone a bit further than I initially expected. Darcy Graham puts in a good show, but it's a very nice take coming from Pollard, got busy. So Italy doing well under there. Now a bit of pressure coming here from Paige Relo. It'll be interesting to see when they pull the trigger and bring on Alessandro got busy and got busy to cook together. So I guess he will come on, probably replacing one of the wings. Got Tommaso Adler's another option at fly half. King on steps inside of one, eventually brought down. Made a lot of meters as Blake King. I think he'd be in the candidates for man of the match at this rate. Good carry that from Matt Ferguson, but he's eventually then driven back. Back it goes to Finn Russell. Ball in the air, due in front of Merva. Hugh Jones, all circling. And Hugh Jones tries to have a backstep from McDowell now after it. Knocked forward is the course, so there is a knock-on advantage here for Italy. Ignacio breaks falls in that scrum off. Show and go from Dino Lamb, but we'll go back for the knock-on. So it'll be Italian scrum. And the Italian scrum has been very impressive. I think that's the one thing I will say. I've been very, very impressed with the Italian scrum. Right, there goes White. As well as... That's McDowell that changed. It is indeed. So a couple of changes now coming for Scotland. And we will see Tom Jordan on, I'd imagine. No, it's Horn. Well, obviously George Horn's on as well. And then I'd imagine Tom Jordan coming on for McDowell. Yeah, it is Tom Jordan. Carl Rowe, the other backline replacement there for Scotland. Sean Ferris is a lot tighter than expected. Well done, Italy. Yeah, to be fair, they've definitely rallied. And the gift from Finn Russell has given us a genuine game here. With just over 23 minutes to go, this could actually genuinely go either way. I mean, it would be harsh to say Italy don't deserve to be tied, but free kick here coming at scrum time. Ball in behind from Martin Page reload, and that's going to go... I'll tell you what, that could be a 50-22, you know? Where does this start? Where does he start? I think this could be a 50-22. Where does he take this? I think this is... he's actually... idiot. So it's harsh. He actually takes a step inside the half before he released it. He thinks it's 50-22. It should have been. If he had kicked it half a second earlier, it would have been. Good take that from Gilchrist under a lot of pressure. And off the base of the rack there, Ben White does find a touch, so Italy won't mind that. They'll have a line up Bartimi's back, kind of what the thought process would have been, kicking behind, put a lot of pressure on them, get an attacking line, which they do have. The question is, can they make anything... Good line at that, and breaks off the back because Michel Maro. We've seen very little of him today. He's been very quiet, actually, one of the most quiet. I love his tackle stats, to be fair. He's usually a bit of a silent assassin, but that surely that's hands in, Mr. Ref. Your hands, that's turnover ball. I think that's a bit harsh, to be honest. I'm not sure I would have called a maul there. I mean, it's good defense in Scotland. I think it's a little bit harsh, but opportunity now for Scotland to try and get a bit more ball in hand. Kieran O'Connor says, Scott's overconfident as usual. Italians playing really well. They've definitely gotten better. It's been like a bit of an opposite bell curve, really, hasn't it? Where the Scots started like a house on fire and it kind of slowly faded as the game's gone by. Italy, on the other hand, and they're a bit of a side that they kind of do that, don't they? You know, their confidence builds the longer they're in the contest, and one moment and all of a sudden they start to really believe. They're very much a confidence-based team, are Italy. Basics of rugby. Right, scrum time, yeah, taking a while to get the reset going. Right, Scotland down the right-hand side. Look at the contract. They've got a bit of an overlap. You have a Darcy Graham. He cuts back inside. Darcy Graham now with a bit of space. Darcy Graham still going. Here we go. Could this be the moment? They're on the right-hand side. Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones is going to go into the corner. He's going to run it back inside. And that's the moment Scotland have been waiting for. It's really well worked. Darcy Graham magic. Hugh Jones finished it. And that should be Scotland back in front. Well, he's Scotland back in front. And they'll get a lot of confidence out of that. Much. They've been waiting for that kind of moment. I said that they've been poor. We haven't really seen them the ball in hand with as many opportunities. And that is basically been what they've been waiting for. It's such a nicely worked off the back of that scrum there. And Darcy Graham is electric there. He's absolutely electric. No issues there for Finn Russell. And Scotland go to 26-19. Sucker punch to Italy, but they mustn't feel disheartened. They're still in this game, still very much in this game, still a long time to play. And an inverted try suddenly means they're back and even. Kieran said, "Can the Italy keep this going for the tournament?" Is the only question. Yeah, I think that's always the part of it, isn't it? You know, that 80-minute performance all the time. It's one thing to be competitive in sort of ad hoc games, that consistency that they're trying to find now as well as they kind of build themselves a genuine team. It's very well worked, and it's a deserved try from Darcy Graham, setting it all up, and then Hugh Jones under the poles. Right, with the restart on the right-hand side. Got busy on for Martin Pedrillo and Manuel Giuliani on for Michel Lamaro. Inside. Back to Garbizzi. Garbizzi looking for options. Garbizzi wants to go himself. Slightly isolated. Gets his knees to the ground though, so they need to release there to Scotland. Show and go coming from Nicolo Canone. Now Brex. Little wraparound. Come on, guys. A little bit of communication. And Tommaso, and oh no, dear. Darcy Graham's got a bit of pace. Spins in front of a couple and eventually dislodges the ball. And you have to start again here, Italy. Miscommunication there between Menoncello and Montiawani, and both then try to go and catch the pass, resulting in a knock-on, but it managed to regain possession about 10 metres back. Ball over the top, and Blake Kinghorn, he's been absolutely sublime. He's been so good under the high ball. I don't think he's missed one so far today. It's been really, really impressive from him. Bit of a masterclass in dealing with up and unders. Another ball over the top. Well dealt with by Garbizzi. He was smashed in the tackle by Matt Ferguson. He does well just to buy a bit of time. Oh, that's horrible. Been knocked forward there. Dreadful, dreadful handling coming from Sebastian Negri. Knock-on advantage for Scotland. Finn Russell goes to Blake Kinghorn. Blake Kinghorn goes short to Hugh Jones. Good tackle on him from Menoncello. And there's a knock-on there, and they'll go back for the initial knock-on coming from Italy. Kirkora said you have to commit to the tackle. When will the Italian team learn that? Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, at the moment, they're dancing circles around them, is Darcy Graham. But Scotland, all of a sudden, from the back of the try, looking a lot more confident and a lot more full of energy as well. Ferguson now getting a bit of treatment and checking potentially to see if he might have to go off on HIA or something for the looks of it. Right, we're going to resume with the scrum. It'll be Scotland feed. So big attacking opportunity. Now just outside the 22. A lot of the width on the left-hand side to work with. A bit of space on the right. They want to go down the blind side. 15 minutes left on the clock. Wrap around here from Finn Russell. Finn Russell will give options here. Holds himself. Finn Russell then gets the offload away. Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham brought down 5 meters out. Quick here from Horn. Once again. Back to outside to Hugh Jones. Hugh Jones surveying his options. Hugh Jones. He reaches and puts it over. That's brilliant work from Hugh Jones. He should never be scoring from there. Not with the amount of players he had around him. That's brilliant work from the outside centre. And that could very well be game, set, and match. So much to do when he gets the ball. But Hugh Jones could be personally booking himself a ticket into that British and Irish Lions squad with his performance today. I mean, he's got 3 players around. Bang, steps in round one. Rides the tackle the other, and then reaches and puts it over. That's brilliant work from him. It really is. Yeah, I mean, and I said, I think that Hupel-Otter combination could very well have been a British and Irish Lions combination. I don't think it would have been out of place at all. Yeah, it's great work from Hugh Jones. And it's so frustrating from Italy because they've been really good. But now I think that's the game getting away from them, in all honesty. I don't see how they really come back. 31 points to 19. Kick to come. And Italy make the final ones of their changes here. Shetty off for Rizzoli. Ghezi on for Montiawani. And missed the conversion there. So remains 31 points to 19 as we get back underway. Bonus point, though, for Scotland, which would have been the goal, to be fair. They want to try and compete for the Six Nations. They need to find bonus points. So it's a good bonus point to get. 13 minutes now. I suppose it's a bit about points difference, you know. Currently about 12. A little 5-pointer would do me nicely. 17 would do my Super perfectly. So an unconverted try would be well welcomed. A scrum-capped wing, something that South Africans know a lot about, and Simone Ghezi, very similar type of profile to a lot of the scrum-capped wings we've seen. Very fleet-footed, nice acceleration, good attacking threat. It's good work there from Italy, actually. Do they have a reply yet in them? Show and go coming from Negri. All over the top, and it's, well, I'll tell you what, Capuzio's done very well. Backwards to the call from Duan van der Merwe, which I think is harsh. Against Italy, I think it was forward, but anyway, he's done pretty well in the end as Duan van der Merwe. Back inside their own 22, though. Good pressure is coming from Italy. Now goes to the boot here, does George Horn. Duan van der Merwe chasing hard. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities, Duan van der Merwe. Not kind of the same opportunity that Darcy Graham's had. I mean, Duan van der Merwe would have been going into this match looking to try and see if we can get a couple of tries going for his potential defence as top try scorer of the Six Nations. Showing go there from Ignacio Brest. Good tackle coming from Tom Jordan. Now a bit of space on the left-hand side. Darcy Graham doing very well to bring his man down, but Italy managed to stay inside. Got busy. Nice, and it's good offload off the belt from Rizzoli. Got busy. Also inside ball to Ghezi. Ghezi gets away from one. Still going is Ghezi. Outside 22. Space on the right hand side. Initial bricks with a little bit of a wraparound from Busy. Ball over the top from Busy into the hands of Tommaso. Sorry, Menoncello. Menoncello inside. Inside ball. And then just short yard, Italy. 6 meters out. Pick up and go. Looking for options. And it goes to Ruzzioli. Much better this from the Italians. They might not still be done yet. Busy. Oh, sure, he gets off the way to Gezi. Oh, he still doesn't need him. He's just short. Desperate defense here from Scotland. Italy score here, and it's game well and truly back on. And someone got busy. Negri goes just short. Good defense there from Scotland. Hands off ref. He surely has to. Yeah, there's an advantage. Wasn't really expecting that. Penalty still advantage here for Scotland. I mean, for Italy, rather. Another pick up and go. What can they produce? And no penalty advantage. Offside is the call. And what did Italy do? Like, sure, you got to go for the line out here. I would almost be fancy a scrum, actually. I think they've scrummed really well today. I don't think it would be a bad call to potentially go for that scrum. Bit of a press conference there between the players. And just pops into the corner there. Does Paolo Garbizzi. It is Darcy Graham. Very good game from Darcy Graham. Good line there from Italy. Oh, actually, I have to take it again. Kieran O'Connor saying, Van der Merwe not looking happy. Scotland screwed if they lose him. Yeah, well, he's still going at the moment. Waiting for that Kolkata cut, where he loves to go and score lots and lots of tries against England. I reckon he goes and circles that on his calendar every single time that the Six Nations fixtures come out. Right, they do use Ignacio bricks. Wrap around here. Great tackle there, but wall around there for Simone Gezi. Gezi, I'm not sure it's the right decision. Needs to try and get himself away. They lost a lot of momentum here, Italy. Got busy now. Goes goes short, actually. I think it's to Ross Vincent. Got busy short. Tommaso and Simone Gezi is just short. Oh, he's lost the ball forward. They're over, but it's going to be ruled out. If Gezi could have just held on to that would have been try time for Paolo Garbizzi. That could have made life very, very interesting. It's brilliantly worked from his brother. That's a nice little offload there. Menoncello. Then Gezi just can't quite. He's got ball under one arm and loses it forward as Paolo Garbizzi picks it up and dives over. He's been very busy coming on here, Simone Gezi. Looking to try and get involved. I like that. Phil, England is in about an hour's time. 7:15. That England-Ireland game. Hope you guys see you guys all there. Seven minutes left. Italy scored there. Could have been turned to a very interesting game. Now I think it's probably a little bit too much too late. Scrub Italy. Their best opportunity here is to try and find a penalty. Sean Farrell saying Italy forced too much. Another big saying I'll be back for that one. I really enjoyed this one. Well, glad you've enjoyed it. And thank you for keeping us company. We'll see you guys. We'll see you in a bit. Well, probably in an hour. Less than an hour. Scotland now clearing from deep. And Hugh Jones looking to find was actually could be Jordan. That's not a bad touch find up towards the 10-meter line. So not a bad touch find there from Jordan. You don't have to basically score off this move. I mean, the nice thing is if they score a converted try, they can get themselves back with a bonus point, losing bonus point. But I think actually don't even convert it. Another wraparound, yeah, that trademark Italian wraparound. As Allen's brought down to the ground. While Busy goes to Brex. Working themselves in the midfield, yeah. Ball in behind, and Finn Russell needs to deal with it. But I think they're playing with an advantage to go back for the penalty for Italy. So searching for that bonus point. And losing bonus point will be huge for Italy. It's a very good touch finder. So 5 meters out. Right, 5 meters out, and Italy with the ball. Not the cleanest of lineups, but they've got the ball, which is the main thing. Arthur Vincent goes to Sebastian Negri. Zimbabwe ball number 6. Sandro got busy looking for options. Searching for the bonus point. Searching, yeah, Italy. Vincent going direct. It's a big tackle coming on Manuel Giuliani, but he's fighting hard in the tackle. And still got possession as Antoine got busy looking for options. Goes to the left-hand side. Very slow ball here from Italy. And penalty for Italy once again. So pressure here. Scotland did manage to turn the ball over, but then get the penalty. Oh, apparently the knock-on, actually. So I'm a bit confused about that. Referee gave a penalty and then he's reversed his decision. Saying there's initially a knock-on. Yeah, pretty clear there. Pretty awful decision in the end, actually, from the referee. Strange one, that. Strange. And this game might just sort of teeter out a little bit after that. I mean, look at that Itoje's try. Just over 3 minutes, under 3 minutes left on the clock here. Hugh Jones, what a game he's had. I mean, surely he has to be on that plane to Australia. Competing with the likes of Gary Ringers, Robbie Henshaw for that outside centre position. I don't think Ollie Lawrence, the likes, they're not massive fans. So I think personally, he's the starting outside centre. I think if you had Bundyaki inside, Hugh Jones outside, I think that's a nice combo for the British Irish Lions, in all honesty. Don't think the Welsh are contributing too many options. Horn goes to Finn Russell. Finn Russell sends it deep. That's a very good kick up towards the 10-metre line. Right, Chelsea. 40 meters back here, Italy, with 2 minutes on the clock left. That's a bit of a messy line. Got busy eventually, gives it away, but he's stayed down as Alessandro got busy. Menocello's been dropped, and he's not particularly happy. If we might need to stop play here. No, still going on yet. Menocello gets to his feet a bit groggily after diving up the way from the ruck. Now Brex pops out to Gezi, comes back inside. Quite a slippery customer is Gezi, but also very small. So looking to try hold him up, but unsuccessful this time. A little bit of a fumble there. Eventually as well to hold on, does Negri. Brex, the trademark little pop around there like Capizio. Haven't seen enough of him today with ball in hand. Such an exciting player. Need to get him involved more, I think. Now Brex goes short to Negri. Gets his knees onto the floor. And penalty for offside against Scotland. So Italy will have one. No, in fact, it's a late tackle here. There's been a couple, actually, in fairness. So a late opportunity to go towards the line here for Italy. They have to find a try. Even an unconverted try will get themselves a bonus point. Mancello, straight off the back of the line. He's just short there, to be fair. Italy, desperate for this final try. Put themselves on the board in the Six Nations. Strong carry there coming from Lekesi. Desperately trying to turn it around. He's just short here. A couple of Scots players are piling in to try and find the counter-ruck, and the referee is allowing it. So I think there might be turnover ball here. It is turnover ball. Well, that's the 80-minute mark comes here. Sebastian Negri comes to the side. Penalty against him. And that should be that. Yep, no issues there. Pops it out there. And maybe not the perfect performance from Scotland, but job done. Bonus point win. And a big sigh of relief coming from Gregor Townsend after a little bit of Italian comeback. They eventually get themselves over the line. People, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys very, very shortly for our second watch along of the day. The big match, England versus Ireland. Kickoff is a